Libra, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will be, I think it's the 11th to 18th of March. Just give me a minute. There's quite a lot going on here, to tell you the truth, Libra, and a couple of additional guidance cards came out the deck, so I just bought both of them out. I think there's a lot of change going on for you. And my head is my thinking's automatically going to this part of your reading, but I need to start right at the beginning. But I think the message from this part is that there's a relationship that might need to be, the card says, oh, clean it up. Okay, I don't know why. All my attention is going there, but I'm going to try and start at the beginning. Bottom of the deck, you've got this gift of the Ace of Wands. This is the gift of energy. It is vitality, creative projects. It's also about passion and sexuality. The Wands, to me, I always see them as that divine power, you know, Kundalini. So it's about a passion and a lot of awakening going on within your spirit. So sometimes when the Ace of Wands appears, sometimes when I get this card, I wake up at 4 in the morning and I can feel rushes of energy going through me, okay? That's what the Ace of Wands is. It's this new life force you can't control it. It's like the major arcanas. It's been sent to you to awaken up any energy that's been dormant in you, any energy that's been stale. There's a desire to resolve something going on here, Libra. That's what I'm picking up, and that's why my energy is going over there. Crowning card is, there you go. She's about truth, this lady. You know, she tends to represent us as the air signs queen, yeah. And she's different for every single sign, but somehow, Libra, I keep tuning into your energy that there's some truth that needs to be told. There's some clarity that needs to be had. And there might even be a conversation that needs to be had here, because the Queen of Swords, multiple meanings, but if you look clearly, her spiritual eye is wide open. And right at the bottom is this vitality going through you. So there's this awakening here. And it's something to do with the truth and clarity. So her third eye is wide open and she has the sword of truth. And she's going forward, trying to bring this light into some situation, okay? I've got another message coming through, but I'm going to leave it for now, okay? Because the Queen of Swords in relationships can be she's quite a difficult energy to work with, okay? A lot of people are working with this energy because the Queen of Swords beckons and draws you in, but then she also protects and guards. So she's quite a hard queen to bring into relationships because she's got an emotional protection, but she beckons. I'm going to talk about it more if it comes up, but my deeper meaning is there's a situation that needs to be cleaned up here, okay? By the books here too. Clean it up and by the book is about trying to find a way to be straightforward, authentic, but in your truth. Because if your life force has been awakened, you cannot not to be in your truth. Anyhow, you start your week. Really interesting combination of cards. I think it's safe to say the Pentacles energy is going to be a focus at the beginning of the week. King and Queen together, absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is about, in its highest sense, it's about feeling safe, feeling secure, particularly financially. I mean, there's no way around it. This peacock gets its tail, don't forget, by eating its thorns, which means it's about overcoming our difficulties that we grow into a king and a queen. Okay? It's a very, very mature energy applied to financial matters regarding housing, working, not quite sure. Alternatively, this might be an earth sign, male or female, that you're spending time with, okay? So I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but it's safe to say stability and security are really quite powerful energies for you. Because you're a king and queen, I don't think you've got anything to worry about, Libra, because here comes another ace, a gift of sight, a gift of clarity. It's basically the same card. Now, sometimes these cards and this girl gets a bad rap because a lot of people don't like the truth. One of the skills that we have on this planet is to be able to hide from our emotions and hide from the truth of a situation. And that's why these cards get a bad rap, because none of these cards want to hide, and neither does this either. Because this is about an awakening to your true nature and wanting to live from a very genuine place. So there's not going to be any place for people in your life, Libra, who are not vibrating at that level. That's how the Queen gets a bad rap, because most people don't really like the sight that she brings and the light that she brings into their blocks and their issues. But this ace comes with the 5 of Wands, so it's a little bit of struggle. Shall I go right? Shall I go left? Sometimes I get this card as something, it's like being in a square and something wants to be resolved. So your energy might be doing a little bit of because you've got this clarity and this passion, the 5 of Wands sometimes can represent not quite sure what to do with it. So, it's like you're rattling a little bit in the inside, feeling a bit angsty and a little bit stressed, because right next to it comes the energy of anxiety. So these aren't far off the same cards, okay? It's the picture I've got, Libra, is of you, is this new energy coming into your life, yeah? Quite a lot of new energy, a lot of clarity, a lot of vitality. Not fully sure where to go with it. Some of you might be in a relationship that's been a bit of a dance of openness and closeness, and something is pushing you to go forward into the truth, into your empowerment, but there's fear attached to it. But please don't judge yourself, because with all great change comes great fear. And that's why people refuse to do it, because when we're opening ourselves up and allowing in new energy, the fear of the past automatically comes up. But it comes up not to punish us, it comes up to set us free, because it's with the Fool card. And what they say in esoteric, everything in life needs to go back to the zero, okay? So, which means we don't want to be carrying the past and our old fears with us. But sometimes the only way to resolve these fears is to allow them to come up. But what I would do if I was you, Libra, I would see these fears as something that's ready to be purged and let go of and released, because that's what's happening here. I'm sorry, you've got quite a deep esoteric reading going on here, but this is truth coming up and meeting a little bit of a brick wall. The brick wall is our fears. It's almost like, well, if I tell the truth, will I be rejected? If I move forward, What if everyone abandons me? If I'm honest and truthful to myself? What if it all goes wrong? So you're guarding yourself and protecting your heart. But these aces are pushing you forward. The Fool wants to be cleansed, which means you're no longer carrying this past baggage into the present moment. And there's no way to purge something, but to purge it, to experience it, and to let it go. Okay? There is no other way. But anyhow, straight to the outcome, because I think your whole reading's about this. The Lovers and the Nine of Cups. With clean it up. Okay? That's what the whole week's about. So the Lovers and the Nine of Cups is pretty self-evident. The Nine of Cups is pleasure, happiness, emotional abundance. The Lovers card can be about choices, but I'm getting a relationship theme here going on. This is about getting what you want in a relationship, but clean it up is right over it. And I think some Librans might be a little bit fearful about going forward, about trying to bring honesty and transparency to a relationship. And the reason that we get that is not because there's anything wrong with us. It's we fear. And because we fear, we guard and we protect our hearts. Because every single one of us have been hurt and every single one of us have been damaged. So we protect ourselves so we don't get hurt anymore. But the Fool wants you to go back to your original nature. The whole tarot deck begins with a Fool and ends with a Fool. And that's where this is our true home, Libra. And we're all trying to get back to that Fool again. You know, that where we don't carry the past with us anymore, but we get to live in the here and now. And the only way to do it is to bring the light of truth to these situations. And your reading's actually making me feel quite like this, to tell the truth. I'm feeling a lot of energy coming through me, and I think that's what's going on for you. Something wants to be resolved here. I think it's definitely a relationship issue. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think your urge to protect yourself from any more harm is really powerful. Do I think you're going to do it? Absolutely. Not one single bit of doubt, because there's too much power working through you for you not to go forward. Well, Libra, I don't know what else to say apart from incredibly, incredibly powerful. I'm going to send you out some special prayers for awakening, to move towards the truth and finding your true happiness. Very, very powerful week, Libra, and I wish you all the best. Loads of love. Bye.